cheese tactic, and I will be demonstrating to you guys how to tech extremely fast to Banshees. And here I am going to block my ramp this game, not like my other tutorial, to show you guys, because this build, if you go air units, you won't have too many ground units, so you know you want to be careful about that and not overextend yourself to you know, commit to all air and have very few ground units just in case your enemy rushes your base. So with that being said, I am building my workers, and usually at 10 I get the refinery, because you have to get it before you get your barracks, man. So damn, man, look at that lag. You have to get the refinery before you get your barracks, so you will have enough gas once the barracks is finished, so you could tech into factory. So pay attention to the way I spend my minerals and the way I allocate my resources.
What's going on?
Anyways, here I am waiting for 13 to build my barracks, and here I have one SCV. I like to put 2 at the start, because not all the time you are going to you know, need 3 there, especially at the start, because don't forget that you also need minerals to keep producing SCVs and marines and whatnot. So once the barracks goes underway, feel free to put a 3rd SCV into your refinery, so you will have the proper resources once the barracks is about done. Here I'm just making more SCVs.
SCV ready.
After the barracks is done, I do intend to build my factory right away, so I am going to come here and try to block the ramp.
SCV ready.
And with that same SCV that's building this supply depot, I will be building a factory, or sorry, a bunker rather.
Yep.
So there goes down my factory, and pretty soon I am going to upgrade my command center into orbital command. I am putting down extra gas. Oh, that was a misclick right there.
SCV
What
ready.
the? There we go. What's that guy doing? I think he smoked a little fat one, you know, before coming to work.
What's up?
But yeah, I am producing marines, more SCVs, and I'm just waiting for here we go.
Ready.
Right now this ramp is technically blocked, so unless the opponent goes from the back door rocks, you know, I'll be screwed if they do that. So yeah, but this is computer, so they're not gonna do stuff like that. If you are playing against a human opponent, what you want to do
Move it.
is place a SCV or a supply depot rather in that far corner right here where the rocks are, so that you can have access to your you can have sight of your opponent if they want to rush into your base or anything like that. You won't be caught with your pants down, you know what I'm saying? You know, unless you like to get caught with your pants down, then I can't help you there. But yeah, the upgrade is complete. I am sending down my mule, which you know, helps greatly with
Add-on complete.
the mineral gathering that I will need early on. I am just producing more units, and here we go. This is done, so I am going to. God damn it, that's a lot of lag. So I do build 2 tech labs, because I am going to put up double start ports and take advantage of the build that I am going, which is basically abusing the computer.
Additional supply depots required.
Okay, so I was a little bit oversupplied there, and I canceled that. So I am going to move this over here, and I'm going to come down and build another starport, so I could, you know, start producing double the units. Anyways, I'm landing here to provide another another what is that, tech lab. It's funny, I always forget that name. But yeah, basically my units, as you can see, they are on the way. Researching cloak as well, by the way. Key binding, as you saw there, is C. So from this point you just build your Banshees as quick as you can, and you go and basically try to prone your opponent, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just setting up my keyboard, my key bindings again, and here we go. My opponent, the computer, is pretty much pwned right now. They will have zero chance, as you guys can see, and that's all there is to this build, man. Honestly, like I said many times before, it's always about timing and knowing when to send your units. And because if you think about it, even if you're playing against a human opponent right now, how many units can he possibly have, or how many anti-air units he could possibly have? He can't have enough units to fight 3 Banshees, that's for sure, unless he has scouted you early. But then if he has done that, you know, you have other problems. You have to adapt to your enemy's build. But if he hasn't scouted you early, this is the perfect chance for you to go and harass your opponent. And as you can see, you know, Queen is going to go down, no problem. And yeah, that's basically it. It's all about and again, the key binding for Banshee is E. So you know, here I have more resources to pop out more. I'm going to make one more. And remember, guys, a very important aspect of this build is if you have to successfully block off your ramp, and you want to build siege tanks and siege tech. So if your opponent tries to harass you, you can fight back with your siege tank. I mean, the siege tanks will have all this area covered for you, and basically it's GG for your opponent if you do that, if you manage to do that properly. So here I am researching my siege tech, and I am just going to spend a little bit of my money. And as you can see in the replay timer, it is a very short time for me to get all these units out, and yeah, it is considered a cheese build. So prepare to have some emo people give you shit if you use it on them too many times. But yeah, that's all there is to it basically. And like I said before in many of my replays, it's always about timing, man, and it's all about execution and practice. If you want to be a good player in StarCraft 2, you have to practice a lot, and you have to practice unit builds, you have to practice build orders, and you have to do you have to be open-minded basically, because remember, if you keep your mind closed, if you don't try to learn new things as a player and improve, you know, whether it's your build or whatever else it may be, right, you will never become a good player. And you know, I can't stress enough how important it is to practice things and to practice builds. And as you can see, I am just pouring into that base down there with my units, and there's not much really, you know, like if you use this build on the live server against human opponents, you will beat like 8 out of your 10 opponents most of the time, because most people they're not ready for a cheese build, you know, they're just taking their time building their units, doing whatever they want, but then they look up and they realize a bunch of fatty units is in their base and they're about to eat dirt. And as you can see, the placement of these siege tanks is quite sexy. Look how far this siege tank can fire, and he even has sight over this area, which is what can I say, quite sexy. And just in case you need sight, boom, there we go. Remember guys, from my other tutorial, to shortcut to keybind your orbital commands, you could call you know, look, call this here and that here at the same time, calling a mule here and scanning, and I'm not even here, you know. So yeah, remember, key bindings, build orders, those are all very important things, man. So you guys should remember to use those anytime you are playing. Alright, now I hope this video was helpful, and you know, if it helps out, you know, 5 people out there, man, I'm proud of what I done here. So you know, enjoy the video for what it's worth, guys, and remember, if you're watching my videos, please subscribe. It does help me in the long run. This is Naruto Shippuden. signing out. Good night, boys.